We are live. We are live. We are live. Live from Mother's Kitchen with love and healing work. Yes. Brandis, Bimo Raw, Fatima. Yes. Fatima Man. And we are about to tap in. The voice you hear, the lovely voice you hear, is me, Mother Color. I'm ready to vibe with you. We're going to start with a piece for love and healing work. It's called The Source, or Mother Earth. Testing. And if I'm clumsy, I just am.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I am the source. I am the seed. I am the root of the tree. I am the air that you breathe, creating energy in all living things. I am the source. I am the seed. I am the root, y'all, of the tree. I am the air that you breathe, creating energy in all living things, creating energy in all living things. I am the source. I am the seed. I am the root of the tree. I am the air that you breathe, creating energy in all living things, creating energy in all living things. Now I've been waiting so long. 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 Y'all know what I've been waiting on? Manifesting. I've been waiting so long for somebody to call my phone and tell me I've been put on. Tell me that I've been put on. I meditate in the early morning, hoping I can stay strong. So my family and my team can eat all they want. So I've been waiting so long for somebody to call my phone to tell me I've been put on. Tell me that I've been put on. I meditate in the early morning, hoping I can stay strong. So my team and my family can eat all they want.
I'm talking. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The source.
The source.
That is the source. You can only find that live. I only perform that live. So you have to be present to experience it. This is the first time I think I put this on a live broadcast.
I am so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, I give thanks. Hello, beautiful, beautiful souls. Beautiful souls. Hello, hello. Look at all the beautiful souls tapping in. This is beautiful. I'm grateful. I'm excited to be here. We are live from Mother's Kitchen for love and healing work. This is the beautiful launch. Oh my goodness. It's such a beautiful thing. And they look good. Y'all see how good they look? Look at these black queens. Look at them. They look good. Drip down. We just getting everything transitioned, guys. Thank you for your patience. I'm grateful for you. Yeah. Grateful for you. This is beautiful. I'm gonna come over here and let you get that. Where we at? Okay, alright. Can we get a camera 2 to zoom in just a little bit for me? I want y'all to see how saucy they look. I need y'all to see how saucy they look. Saucy. It is 6:04. Yeah. You guys, if y'all don't know, these two women here, Fatima Mann and Brandis Rawls, sitting in front of us, they have some things to share with everyone. I'm very excited about this. You guys, you ladies are hot. You are hot, but your microphone is hot.
Oh, so you're inviting us to speak.
Yeah. Yes, at this moment, yeah.
This is nervousness.
It's okay. It looked good on you.
Yeah, that's all right. It's a little extra drip.
Can we zoom in just a tad more bit? Talking about drip.
Yeah, talking about drip.
Talking about drip. Yeah. Looking good.
Greetings, beautiful beings. I hope you all are drinking. We hope you all are drinking water and taking care of yourselves.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
It's okay. Oh, the mudra. The mudra.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
Lord, have
that
mercy.
one.
So,
Right.
last night, during my full moon rituals, we pulled mudras, and these are hand positions that direct energy in the body. And the one that I need right now is the healing mudra. Let me give you a little quick tutorial on that. So, take your right hand, place the pinky under your thumb, The other three fingers straight up, straight out. Take your left hand and wrap it, holding the right hand and securing the thumb over the other thumb. This mudra is for healing. You hold this mudra, it directs energy into your sacral chakra, into your pelvis, and when you hold it, it feels like you're giving yourself a hug to me. So I'm gonna hold this mudra for a little while, help calm my nerves, get a little healing going.
Thank you.
So that was a random, but
No.
a blessing, no doubt a blessing. Take it with you. Take it with you.
Y'all
Alignment.
welcome.
Alignment.
So thank y'all for being here. This mudra I started to do too. So it's great. All right, so welcome to our launch of Love and Healing Work.
Oh, so excited.
Oh my goodness. So first of all, you're anywhere in the world because it's virtual, but you invested your energy. You have invested your energy with being here virtually with us. And thank you so much. And let's thank Mother Keller for that amazing opening. I don't know where you are, but you can like send some gratitude, some applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Did y'all see she was doing three things at once, huh? Like she was singing, she was playing a drum, and then she was doing that thing.
What is this instrument called?
Yes, what is this instrument?
It's called a cajon. It's Latin for wooden box. It's literally a wooden box. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank y'all.
This
Yeah,
talent
so-
is just abundant. My
Send-
goodness.
Send some thanks. Like if you were here and you were gonna applaud and send
Do
some
it right
yeah,
there, 'cause we
where
can
you
feel
at?
it.
Send that in.
Yeah, I'm gonna need all of that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick. Yes, let's give it up for Brandis Monique Ross B.
Yes.
More
Be
raw.
more raw.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
I'ma
You
take
better
I'ma
applaud your
take
days. Hey, give. If y'all out there and you know here you are
Yes.
on this stream because of Be More Raw, this is
Yes.
your time. Y'all better be sending her all the love.
Yeah, she need it.
all of
Yes.
it.
She needed
Yes,
all your
yes.
energy, all the time.
Yes.
I do.
absolutely.
It is what keeps me going. Amen.
Amen.
And give it up for Fatima.
Yes.
Give it up one time for the water bearer, keeping us all hydrated, making sure that we are all taking care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Amen. Thank you for that. Got all this gratitude stirring up, stir your own. Send it over this way, because we up in Mother's kitchen cooking up abundance.
You
Cooking up
already
abundance and love and
know.
healing work. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
So why are we here? What is Love and Healing Way?
When?
How did we get here?
Ooh.
Y'all just like, so we invited you to this experience, and we have this amazing artist, and we just here on this amazing space, looking amazing.
Baby, let me tell you. I'll tell you about my outfit later. Honey.
But this was by design, and it was by design because we wanted to take our time with something. We wanted to listen to the universe, and we did. And we are so happy on the equinox, the new spring, the new season, which is spring. We are sharing what we have been birthing, right? So we've gone through the labor pains. Child.
Baby. Oh, Lord. I still feel a few contraction or two. That's all right. Because we're here and we're birthing this company to the public, to our networks, to people who don't know us, friends of friends and friends we don't know yet. But love and healing work is a concept that we birthed together, stuck together, literally, during December of 2020. My mother came to visit for Christmas, and she brought COVID-19 with her. I asked for pound cake, but she brought a little extra. So we get stuck, me, my mother, and Fatima, on December 17th, the day I finished our first winning retreat. until December 31st, 2020. I met her on November 30th, 2020. That ain't no whole lot of days. This is a stranger. There's a stranger in my house.
And was.
Right. So, during this quarantine, we had a lot of time on our hands to talk about the things we've been dreaming about, to think about the things that we wanted to create. And love and healing work was birthed on a walk around the neighborhood. We talked about how we have been doing a lot of love and healing work on ourselves, reviewing our past life experiences and wondering how can we use those experiences to help others. We decided that we wanted to help the people that help the people. Because who help the people who help the people?
We do.
Yeah. We heal ourselves and we heal others throughout our lives. If you are a healer of others, you need healing as well. You deserve healing as well. You need healing such that you can then pass it on, because you can't pour from no empty cup. Charisma brought me a mug to say that. It's one of my favorite quotes. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And I feel like love and healing work is a way to stay full. A way to stay full in the healing that we give to the world. Yeah.
I love it. So, you know, for those who know me, know I like to talk. And I can't talk, right?
Oh, Lord.
But when she talks, I like to be quiet. Because, I mean, I don't have to. And I love the way she tells the story. Because that's how the story went, right? And so, for my background is completely different than this one's, right? So, I don't wear shoes. You wear shoes.
Yes. I love
She has hair. I don't have hair.
And it looks so good, don't it? Amen.
Angles and whatnot. She eat meat. I don't eat meat.
Tear it down.
Has been like worked for somebody longer than I can conceptualize working for another person. We came from these two separate worlds, but then the same world because we both went to Southern. We both love the Bluff, Blue Stove Chicken. If you don't know what Blue Stove Chicken is, you just gotta.
And you heard her say that she don't eat no meat.
Don't mean I still don't love what I love.
Amen. Because Blue Stove Chicken is magic. That ain't meat. That's magic.
Say that.
Amen.
It's worthy of a breakout and an allergy or two.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
Just detox the next day. So we had a lot in common in terms of what we believed in and how we believed in it. And loving healing work was, to me, an affirmation, a mantra, a way of being. A lot of our skills you can see on Google, right? But the things that we're talking about right now, you won't be able to because it embodies who we actually are, and that comes from us doing our own love and healing.
As love and healing is work. And
Wait, stay there for a second.
it is noble work. It is the work of our lives, right? The work of our life is to love ourselves and others. It is to heal ourselves and others in pursuit of truth. It is work. It ain't always pretty work, but it is noble work.
And work being time, energy, space. Like you actually have to invest. You have to, you can't just say, oh, I want to do this, and then do everything that is the opposite of what the thing is you want to do. So if you want to cook and you want a guitar most of your time, that's not going to help you learn and get to the point of cooking. If you streaming this and maybe you're thinking about recipes while you playing the guitar, that's great. But if you're not doing the thing, right? Putting time and energy to do the thing. Because faith without works is dead. Is that what they say?
You just made me think of something. You made me think of the definition of work. You know, I'm a scientist by trade. Shout out to Southern University, mathematics department, physics department, business department. So, work, the definition of work in physics is what the force needed to move something, the force needed to push, right? Love and healing is work, baby. It's a push. You need to gather up the energy, make it kinetic into actionable skills. Love and healing is work. I ain't never been afraid of no work, child. Never. Never. My parents taught me a long time. My parents, the grandparents, all. It's work, this life. And I love it. Ooh, I love it. It has changed a lot recently. I feel like I have come to be a more me-er me. Yeah. You notice Mother Color introduced me as Bimo Raw, right? It's my name. It's who I am. I'm Brandis Monique Rawls. And I'm so proud. But I'm Bimo Raw. It's a directive. And something that we talked about, creating love and healing work. Part of my love and healing work is to be Mo Raw. With myself and with others. And to teach others to be Mo Raw. Ooh. I feel like with the doors of the church are open.
See, this is why we did a thing, and we have love and healing right together, because this is, I get to be with this. It's amazing, just amazing.
This is true. I am quite. These people is talking on this
But
thing.
you know, it takes one to know one, right? So I like to say that we attract what we are. This is the time that we're gonna start hearing from some speakers, because we have been blessed and honored to have people who have trusted and invested time and energy with us as our guides and as our students, because if we do in life right, we should be flowing in and out of those roles consistently with the people that we're in relationship with. We should constantly be a guide, and we should constantly be guided. And so this amazing experience isn't just so you get to hear us, because no, it's also so that you get to hear the people that, again, who put
their trust
time
in us. Yeah.
and energy into this. So we are so grateful that you will hear from Jaleesa. And yeah, I just can't wait for you to also hear from and it's just lovely. Oh, okay, and these. So Chelsea.
That's what it says.
So Jaleesa and Chelsea and Charisma. How do you wanna?
They have all engaged in their own personal love and healing work with us. Be it in volunteering in community advocacy and healing project, which you'll hear about a little later, work, or if participating in satsang, or just being a guide, a sounding board with us. These three have done personal healing work with us, and I have been so blessed with the interactions, especially during satsang. I should probably then introduce what satsang is, huh?
You have to right now.
Well, I need people's like, what is the hell is a satsang?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. So the quick and dirty, because you're going to hear about this a little later, is that satsang is a Sanskrit word, which means a community of true people. In our experience of satsang, we create a space for that community. We share our life experiences. We throw them all out on the table. Share our life experiences such that someone else who may be listening or there can pick that up. If I made a mistake in my life and you have a certain similar situation in yours, let me tell you my mistake. Maybe you don't have to go through the same thing. But this is the nature, this is the feeling of satsang. And we all have something to share, something to give to community and to receive. This is the spirit of satsang. Felt that was important to share.
Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
Is our amazing beings on the line? Is Jaleesa here?
Can we get to talk to some of our friends?
Please. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, all right, for those, I'm going to invite Jaleesa to introduce themselves because, of course, but I always like to introduce people that come into my life and make me smile, right? So Jaleesa, I met through the Community Advocacy and Healing Project, and was just really interested in the work that I was doing. And this being what they call an activist and a community leader is not the most supported work, and especially in this body that the world calls a black woman. And so it's usually people in other bodies that the world call black women that have been down for the ride, you know?
Yeah.
And Jaleesa's like, been down for the ride. And is brilliant and sweet and loving and has really taught me the importance of just starting over and being okay to listen to my own words first. When someone else tells you something that you said to them that's helped them,
Baby.
like, man, thank you. And Jaleesa not only does that, but takes that and then sprinkles their own magic on it. And it's allowed me to transform and heal. So thank you so much for being with us. Tell the people, you know, what you want them to know about you, and the work that you've been doing.
Peace and grounding, kind souls. I am Jaleesa Alexandria Marie. I began working with this tribe in February of 2021. Like Fatima said, I was really interested in the work that they were doing with love and healing work. Shortly after we met, she began to train me to do somatic experiencing. I was guided by a book called My Grandmother's Hand. And in that time, in that short but revolutionary time, I learned so much about myself. I love the work that we did together because it taught me to recognize that the trauma that I carry was not always personal, but that it was generational, a lot of it. And it encouraged me to do the work, to do loving healing work, because I didn't want my personal trauma to become generational.
Hello.
Man, and it's really been revolutionary to the way that I interact and engage with myself. Being in connection with this tribe allowed me to imagine and visualize and then step into the process of creating a life in which I'm truly free. Before I had no context of what that would be like or what that would look like or that people were living this way. And now I know better. And so I'm actively trying to do better and to step into the role of these women who I admire and I venerate. Like they are role models to me, truly guides to me, and I love and adore them. So engaging with love and healing work has changed the woman being that I see in the mirror, or at least it changes it has changed who I see and how I see myself. Because now and Fatima could attest to this, I didn't know that it was okay or that it was important or that other people needed me to put myself first. And now I do that. And I do it unapologetically because it makes me a better lover. It makes me a better leader. It makes me a better student. And I am just so thankful for Love and Healing Work for that reason. Because now when I see myself, I see someone who deserves the love that I was so eagerly pulling
Deserving.
into everyone else. And so now I get it.
Deserving.
So thank y'all for
Deserving.
yeah.
You are deserving. I'm so glad that you know that.
Thanks to y'all.
You know that.
I don't think I would have. I didn't know it before. And I just want to thank y'all for inviting me to participate in this moment in history on this very important day. So thank y'all. I love y'all.
I love you. Because babe, Jaleesa helped me on a personal level. Jaleesa helped me recognize that fear is ever present, right? I quote Jaleesa. And I want you to get your pen and paper, write it down if you need to. I'll say it a couple of times. I'm going to give you till the count of 5 to get your pen and paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Jaleesa told me that the point of life is not to be fear-free. The point of life is not to be fear-bound. Baby, I threw something when she said that in Satsang. Because how wise is that? We can't beat fear. It is an emotion. It's gonna be. How do we move with it? Dance with it. Not be fear bound. Thank you, Jaleesa. Changed my life. Love and Healing Work. Come get you some.
And the reason why this is Jaleesa, well, one of the many reasons, because there's so many, right, is that Jaleesa had an experience from a seed being planted, and she put her own time and energy in. She invested herself in it. She decided she wanted to work and come and engage and to grow. So for that, I'm always grateful for you. Jaleesa, before we let you go, is there anything else you want the world to know?
I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, not just you two, but anybody under the sound of my voice. And I hope that you feel, I hope that you have peace in your mind and body. You're loved, you're safe, you're grounded, you're protected. Take care of yourself, drink water, be kind to yourself and other people.
And that will be.
And it will
Thank
be.
you, Jaleesa. All right, our next guest.
I want to just...
So good. It's just so good. All right. Is Chelsea and Charisma on?
Alright, so I got Chelsea.
Oh, my Chelsea. Chelsea. Oh, my goodness.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello.
Hi.
Yo, this is amazing, amazing vibes on a Sunday. This is a delight.
Amen.
Thank you for being here. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so, Chelsea has... you're my person. You're a person in my life that I call and I talk to. And we met through work, and we met in Austin. And so I want you to talk about that however you feel comfortable. But this being right here has utilized the fact that they're white presenting in ways that most people should aspire to. And not only does she do it in a world that says she doesn't supposed to do it, but she does it in this way that I just write a book, I'll certify it, I'll stamp it. You know, some people would need that like stamp of
Ooh.
approval.
I just discovered another talent, rediscovered. I am a good editor, so let me
Hey.
know.
Here
So
we go.
Chelsea, I would love for you to talk about your work and Loving Healing work, and just how we met and the things. Also, Chelsea's not gonna tell you this. Chelsea used to bake and can bake, like for real, and it could be like a real side hustle if Chelsea chose for it to be.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting for my treats, but I'm just saying like.
She's putting you out
Yeah,
there.
she's loving and she makes treats. I write up that now. Chelsea?
Yeah. Well, thanks y'all. And Fatima for your kind words always. I also say that you're my person. Like, I can't name the number of times I've spoken your name out loud this year just because of the support and the peace that we found, I think, in our conversations together. And then we found voice memos, and that unlocked a whole new level. So that's been super beautiful as well. I started working with y'all. It was pre-pandemic, so it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't do math, but it was the book club. We were reading My Grandmother's Hands, and there were a couple of us through my work. I work at an organization that was trying to wrestle with race equity and what it meant to be a traditionally white dominant organization. All of a sudden trying to have conversations and change structures and be different. And, the quickest way to a microaggression is to say you want to do race equity work. And so there was a lot of hurt and there was a lot of pain. And a couple of us just were like, okay, no, we're gonna find our way through this because this is who we are. And so My Grandmother's Hands, man, I used to we did it a couple chapters at a time, and Fatima would lead us through some questions and discussions. And there would be days when I'd like read a chapter and I'd have to lay right down. Like I would read a chapter and lay down because there were just some really big pieces that helped me see how I had been building my life in a way that I didn't want to be building my life. And I said, that's kind of been the beginning. I've always been a reader, and so it did not surprise me that it was a book that found our joy together. And there was just a lot about like who I was and how I wanted to be in the world and how I wanted to show up for people, and that I needed to make space for, and that I needed to be prioritizing. And especially if I was going to be in relationship with other people doing really, really trusting work that needed to have really deep trust. I needed to be taking care of all those things that were hurting inside of me first, so that I wasn't hurting other people. I think since then, gosh, we've done, I'm trying to remember the title of our, the co-conspirators of social justice. It was how to use white privilege to, within workspaces, conversations. That started this first summer of the pandemic. It was virtual, and it was my lifeline. It was the thing that kind of, it could be a really crappy Zoom week, and then on Sunday, at least there was dancing and plants and music and talk and really some shared experiences and community. It was one of the first virtual communities that I was like, oh, we haven't lost community. Like this is here, and how do we show up in it? I say a lot of this work, I came to it. It was a professional way I was showing up, immediately realizing it was also going to be really personal and really about who I was.
Isn't that the thing though? Like I love that you come
Just
thinking that
You think it's gonna be something?
all brainy, all cognitive. It's a book. And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right in the field.
100%. And I think, that's, I think there's something, my identity is very complex, right? I'm Native, I'm an enrolled member of a Native tribe, and I am white bodied. I have white bodied privilege. I am queer and bi, and I'm in a straight passing relationship. So there's lots of things that just show up in my life with complexity. And this work was just about holding space for all of that complexity and recognize when I was navigating what the hurts of the world look like, right? Within each other and within our systems. And so this ended up being huge. It healed some personal relationships and opened me up to recommunicating with members of my family that I had previously only been able to protect myself by distancing from. And instead, it just invited me to a different approach of that, of like, what are we protecting and how are we protecting? And what things do we know now that we can protect differently? It doesn't mean we have to run away.
Right.
And so, I told Fatima, I lost my grandmother on my mom's side and my dad, both this year, within the span of a month, and it just kind of rocked everything. I'm on this grief journey now, and man, if I hadn't been doing this work, I don't know where I would be. The space of like that there's going to be physical pain and that's going to be tied to our emotional pain, and we just make space for it and sit with it. And probably work's not going to save me in any of this, and I got to go through it to get to it. I think. And then it was a couple of conversations with you and I have had since, just checking in, where just remembering that this, that they're my ancestors and that it's how I'm walking and what I've learned from them now that is my new journey, and how I honor them now and show up in that space. And it's been really it's been beautiful. I'm really grateful for my grief journey. It's been a hell of a year, but it's been a lot. And I credit this. I've been so grateful for like, hey man, this thing is not working. I'm stuck in a problem and I need somebody's thoughts and perspectives.
Some help.
Yeah, I need some grounding. Like, I'm lost, or I've mucked it all up and it's time to restart that. And then a lot of like, I said to Fatima one time, I was like, are you tired of giving me pep talks? Because like, this is like.
So people don't know. So this is why loving healing work is amazing to me, or just work in general. It's very selfish. We give selfish a very negative connotation.
Selfish.
But I don't give anyone what I haven't given myself, and I'm not trying to give myself. And so if I'm giving you the pep talk, know that I've probably already given it to myself. And it's a beautiful reminder, because here's the thing. Me telling you to drink water and take care of yourself is a simple reminder for me to drink water and take care of myself. It's me helping you help me help me.
I love it.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Is there anything else you want to add and share with us?
No, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for your invitations and anything else you ever need from me. And if anybody ever has any questions, I'm here. Whatever I can do to support.
I wanted to let you know that I am sending extra special, good, love, and holding energy for your grief journey. I'm Mom. We all are, aren't we? We all have something or someone that was and is no more. So I just want to offer you my support, my love, my understanding. Yeah.
And all of you out there, she's right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at her right here.
I know. But she got, it's
So,
right there. It's right there.
Girl, did you feel it?
Right there.
Did
We
you
gonna
feel
figure-
it,
we gonna-
Chelsea?
We gonna get
I
it.
know you did.
And
I
not
did.
just Chelsea too, right?
I got you.
Because winter just ended, and how many people have had to experience a death,
Whew.
right? So just honoring that. If we're all gonna be honest, all of us are grieving. If we're gonna be honest to ourselves, and so, yeah.
So I hold that with you.
Thank
Amen.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
I love y'all.
We love you. This is great. This is
Man,
fun.
look, I did not expect this to be like this, but I am loving it. What?
Vision. You don't know how it's gonna come out.
Don't know how,
Yes,
but
yes.
I am loving.
Y'all
the
put me up to a
energy here.
challenge. I ain't gonna lie. I was
What you
like,
said?
Oh, you want to talk about it? Can we talk about it? How we
Talk
got
about what?
here?
can I get this?
What to
Yeah, let's-
Pensacola?
Yeah, let's get Charisma on the line.
Oh,
And
you
let's
want to
bring.
get charisma on?
Yeah,
Let's
but-
do that. We can stick to the program.
No.
I just want
She
to.
said no. She said no. Let's
Okay,
move on.
but I said we can still. She don't have to talk about. We can talk about how we
That's
got here.
true.
Y'all can talk about it.
So this is like 30, 45 days ago, maybe not even. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
45 days. The idea came.
Why it do me like that? I was trying to be cool and stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
it played me. I
Yeah,
feel played.
technology.
Technology
I feel
been messing
played.
up a lot.
All right, so what? 45 days.
45 days ago, came up with this.
Yeah, so we already said that we wanted to have a lunch. We just didn't know where we are gonna have it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, okay. So Mother Color did our chakra bands, and I had started to talk to Mother Color and started to learn more of what Mother Color does. Mother Color does everything.
Everything.
Like this whole setup that you all get to see eventually, Mother Color puts together. So not only are they performing with us, like she putting it down on the drum,
Performance, production,
everything.
creating the chakra bands, creating a whole drip-filled aura.
Gotta be.
Ooh, this is mother. Mother be cooking in that kitchen.
Thank
So we
y'all.
came to the kitchen.
We came to the kitchen.
Right?
That's
so we were
real.
like, okay, our business is virtual. Like we do virtual things. We can just come down to Pensacola
Man, look.
and we can do this. We can do the
And
production.
bask in this drip. I
And-
know y'all loving this.
And it's a full moon this yesterday. We were just so we
All
listened
the
in
things
the line.
aligned.
Listened in the line. And we're here.
Saucy.
It's been so
Saucy.
good.
I'm so happy y'all are here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pushed me. Y'all pushed me in a good way, though.
Mhm.
It didn't feel like force. It was like, you're capable of doing this.
You can do this.
You already was doing it anyway.
No.
Hey.
Just like fall
Just
into
do it
it.
for her.
Just fall into it.
For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I love it. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Charisma next. So we have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul.
Charisma is one of my favorite people that exist, that have ever existed. Oh my God. Wow. Charisma helped my journey. I'm sorry. I'm excited because she has really helped my journey. I met Charisma at the opening of More and More I Am Yoga Studio in Baton Rouge. And I got hooked on Charisma's yoga class. And I got hooked on them hugs afterwards. And I got hooked on the conversations and the accountability and the transparency of her soul. I love you, Charisma. I know. My bad. Hey, Charisma. If you talking to me, I can't hear you. Did that do it? Oh, see. The devil is busy.
Hey, what the old folks say?
Ain't it?
I think my ear too small. Can you help me out?
Oh, Lord. All the technical difficulties all at once.
It's okay.
We're going to put on the little intermission music till we get these technical. What the? You little.
I said that. I started with my ears.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
you did. Oof. I can't.
I know. That's clear.
Well,
Jesus be your face. What y'all talking about?
what y'all talking about?
Can y'all hear it?
No, we can't hear charisma.
No.
Them chakra bands, though. Ooh, I'm here for the girls who are grieving old versions of themselves. That's right, TK. I'm here for that too. I am here for that too.
Okay, so we gonna.
We gon'
Okay, I'm gonna stop because you're making me nauseous.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Charisma looks like she might be having technical difficulties,
Okay.
so I'm gonna pull her out for a second.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yes.
I mean, it's
All right with me. She gonna come back.
She'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about how we got to Modest Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about, like, people really don't know who we are.
Oh, you know who I am.
I mean,
I'm just saying. That's Joe.
so who are I mean, and I want you to hold on. I want to say this because I feel like I have to start
Gotta
with this.
pause the music for this.
I need you to floss on them. I need you to tell them all the boards you
Oh,
done sat
Lord.
on, all the degrees you had. I need you to
want-
say it with
you
your
want my
chest.
pedigree.
With your
I want your pedigree. I want you to talk about the blood and the things that you
Okay.
put your time and energy
How
into
did you get
getting,
here?
shawty.
Okay.
Make
Lord,
them
have
let
mercy.
them know. But
All
and
right.
say it with your chest.
Let me get myself together.
All right, because that's
So I
That's
can
what we
floss
talking
on
about.
y'all right quick.
floss on them.
Because,
floss on
and let
'em.
me tell you, I don't usually tell much about my experiences in the ways of degrees, etc. Because what I learned in my love and healing work is don't nobody care. Nobody care. Nobody has asked me to see either of my 2 MBAs in over 10 years. Don't nobody care. I have all of this wealth of experience. Let's start. So I started off as a graduate of Southern University. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful experience. But I'm not going to dwell there because I could stay there all day. All day. But I have 2 undergrad degrees from Southern University in mathematics and marketing
Hey,
with a minor in physics.
hey.
I have enjoyed and crafted a wonderful career in hospitality that spanned 20 years. I have done everything in a hotel that I wanted to do. Everything. I have done everything in a hotel and worked in any kind of hotel. So I also, while during this career, I picked up along the way a couple of MBAs. Light work. In operations management and organizational management. But what those experiences taught me is that everything that we do, everything that we are, is built of people and processes. And that experience, those experiences in hotels, those 20 years helped me to identify that and distill all of these experiences down to a simple philosophy that we here at Love and Healing Work help others to adopt. And I'm sure if you know me, you've heard me say it. That simple philosophy is everybody wins. Our goals navigating this world is to create sustainable systems. Yeah? The only sustainable systems occur when every player, everyone in the system is winning to their definition of winning. Any system you have where everybody's not winning is going to be torn down. It may take, it may be your department at work and y'all done got this project team together. Y'all can't get it together. Your project failed. It could be as big as slavery. 400 years. It still got tore down because everybody wasn't winning. So, everybody wins is the philosophy. Right? that experience.
I want to cut you off. But
Okay, cut me off.
We gotta see about charisma.
Oh yeah, we do got to see about I get on the
Yeah,
road
I
because
mean,
you done got me to flossing and
yeah, I mean,
you want me to
but
just stop flossing on a dime?
it's fine. We can pause on the floss.
Pause on the floss.
Is hey.
Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yay!
I think I had to get off and get back on. I don't know. What
You
was
know,
going on.
you just sometimes you
But
got to turn it off.
yeah, start over.
Yeah,
But
and that's okay.
yeah, it's beautiful. It gives us an opportunity to
Yes.
tell a new story, write a new story. But I'm so grateful for y'all. I'm so grateful for love and healing work for sure. I feel like me meeting the both of you, Brandis, at the opening of More and More, and Fatima through Brandis, I feel like our divine connections has absolutely been love and healing work. Like outside of satsang, just our relationship, our friendship, the love you demonstrated to me, love and healing work, and I'm so grateful for the wisdom and again the love that you both have poured into me in my life. Um, I feel like one of the things that I appreciate most about the both of you and, in totality, love and healing work is just recognizing that, for me at least, it's the ability to tell the truth in a loving way. It's not about telling people what they want to hear. It's not about pleasing everybody. It's about telling the truth in a loving way. And sometimes that's hard to do. A lot of times it's hard to do because it's not always what people want to hear, right? But coming from a place of love, coming from, having good intentions behind why I'm educating you on this, or why I'm telling you these things to make us all better, and to make our love exchange and experience greater, just by being present and showing up in a moment. I'm so grateful that y'all create these spaces and just work so intentionally with sharing that with other people. And I'm grateful for the opportunities too that, again, like I said, in our relationships and our conversations that I've had with both of y'all, that we've had in satsang, have how they've transformed my life for sure. Just a personal example of how satsang through love and healing work has leveled up my life and my confidence and my work is through my rituals. I told Brandon, like, I think that was the first satsang I came to. It was on the full moon and we were talking about full moon rituals this year in 2020. And
January.
I was like, I don't have any rituals. I don't have anything, and I'm very intentional day to day. But as far as like writing things down on a full moon and being intentional about this cycle versus what I want to do in my life overall, just being intentional about this cycle, these 2 weeks that are coming up, what do I want to release? What do I want to put out there? That has helped to transform my life so much. And it also helped to birth my rituals, and offering, giving my love, giving my wisdom to the world and sharing that with others. So that's how love and healing work has like directly formed and leveled up my life.
And your daily rituals are amazing.
Y'all too.
They another selfish moment. You starting Charismagic Rituals helped me be more disciplined with the rituals, with my morning ritual. Helping you, help me, help you, help me, all of that. I love it. Oh, I love you.
I love y'all. I love you.
I love you too.
Wow.
I
So
love both of y'all.
you started Carrot's Magic Rituals in right after that satsang. That was in January 3rd, I think it was, 2nd or 3rd.
I started Karis Magic Rituals 2 days after that satsang.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And it's every day,
And I've
6
been
a.m.
going strong ever since.
Transforming, expanding your life. I love it. I'm so proud of you.
Can I ask you a question? What's
you.
the difference? Have you seen the difference in your life since you started like the rituals? I mean, I know you have, but would you mind talking about the difference now that you've embodied your rituals? Or no?
Did we freeze?
No.
Oh, she back.
That might be a sign.
Did you ask?
I did ask a question. I just wanted to know do you know what's the noticeable difference now that you're doing rituals from when you weren't doing rituals, if you don't mind sharing? May not be meant to be.
It may not be. Oh, you done froze again, girl. I don't like
Alright.
that.
I can hear the dog. Kisma, are you back?
I'm here. You hear
Oh,
me?
yay.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. There
How does
must be a
rituals change your
delay.
life?
Is there a delay? Rituals has changed my life by one, showing up in the space, like regardless of how I'm feeling, not being led so much by or I wouldn't even say not being led by my feelings, but not being stopped by my feelings, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like allowing myself to show up however I'm feeling, not deciding that some feelings are, okay to show up in and some feelings aren't, knowing that it's all divine and it's all
Mm-hmm.
okay and it's all
It's all
natural,
okay.
and
That's right.
just practicing moving in that love and that groundedness of how I feel.
Amen. You better show up regardless. Because, I don't want to show up every day. But we do it anyway. With love. Shoot.
And unless we don't feel like doing it, and then that's showing.
But then I'm going to show up and say, I'm not showing up because I don't feel like it. But I showed up.
Or you can not show up too because you don't feel like it. That's what I'm saying. Not showing up is an option.
I'm going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I need to say it.
Communicating. not showing up.
Communicating that I'm not showing up because I don't want to.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Communication is key.
Thank you so much, Charisma, for joining us and being here on
Yes.
this journey. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Where can people? We forgot to ask people this question.
Oh,
But
yeah.
where can people find you? Your information is on the screen.
Yeah, follow Charisma. Follow Charisma. Join Kara's Magic Rituals. That happens on Zoom every morning at 6, huh?
Every morning at 6 a.m.
15 minutes. First 3 minutes is a mind dump. 10 minutes of movement. 2 minutes intending the day. Setting an intention on what you want your day to look like. When I tell you, get you some. Get you some, because I hate journaling and all that foolishness. But there's a community that helps me accountable. You're a blessing to me. Thank you, Charisma. Thank you for being that blessing.
Thank you so much. Love. All right. Now let's do a check-in. Where are we
at
on
on time?
on this?
We got a little, look at us. We got us a little set list
So
and everything. Look
Y'all
at
been
this.
doing y'all thing with that. But
so
y'all,
what's
we're a little over the time.
we
yeah,
I can yeah. Divine time is
but yeah,
So
divine
let's-
time.
Let's talk to our next set of speakers.
Well, what you got? What you got, mother?
Okay. I mean, I'm cool. You know, I'm cool as a cucumber.
I'm
Your
cool.
favorite thing to eat. I am cool as it.
Cucumber.
That's right. That's right.
If
So
you
I'm
do
chilling.
not know,
Who doesn't know?
just in case they don't know,
Just in case.
if
I
you
feel
do
it.
not know, I love cucumbers. I am a lover of the cucumber. Japanese cucumbers, lemon cucumbers,
This
right?
ain't gonna be
Yeah.
like bubblegum business.
Okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
Cause sure.
Yeah.
What you got for us next? Where we at?
Where are we? I mean, I did have a record for y'all. Y'all wanted me to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do that.
You ready?
I would love that.
Yes, y'all.
I would love that.
Vibes. Y'all came for the vibes. Y'all just didn't hear it came first.
You just didn't care for all of
Like,
this.
you know,
because
like-
we'll yam all day.
Go to church for the music. You know what I mean? We don't always go to church to hear the pastors preach. So
I mean, it's a little hippity hop soul. You know, if you like a little hip hop soul,
I like
it's a
hip-hop
vibe.
soul.
You like a little hip hop soul?
yes, we do. That's why we're here.
Okay. Okay. I guess I can test it. Okay. Let me make sure I'm all in tapped in. This record is called Hey. Testing. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Hey. How you doing? Benny Ray's on the east side, intermission in between your ears and your listening. I got the cream of the crop in the dirty, dirty city on the daily. I was contemplating how I'm supposed to do this art and raise my children, leave my babes free to lay where I may or might any that might. But mama call me home to get that right. Make sure the baby's eye tucked in tight and while the microphone on, I rip that mic. Now you on to the mix that'll fit you right. Now you on to the mix that feels so right. 217. Hey, 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 how you doing? Hey, 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 how you doing? Jenny Ray's on the west side, got them real thick thighs. Baby, I laid on the side with the curl at the tip, so you know she took her time. But never mind, I'm underground, while trying to understand why I'm underground. But a heart had to come up in winter time. So cold, ain't want no bling, but your mind froze. You talk most but your eye closed, off balance like you're missing your pinky toe. I come to bring the healing, you can call it antidote. Now hand the dough, baby boy, don't you hand the dough. Hey, y'all know what to do with that. Hey, hey, how you doing? Hey, 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 how you doing? Like your grandma told you, it's cold outside. Bring your overcoat. Like your grandma told you, it's cold outside. Don't you catch a cold. Like your grandma told you, it's cold outside. Bring your overcoat. Like your grandma told you, it's cold outside. Don't you catch a cold. Hey.
I love that. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's gonna say something? We gotta see it.
We don't.
Hip hop soul.
I
Lo-fi.
love it. So where can I find that selection?
Hey,
Or
you
is it another exclusive? Because she be dropping the exclusive.
I did drop a couple of exclusives on y'all. Y'all supposed not tell nobody. Y'all supposed,
I mean,
I'm just
I'm
playing.
just
You
trying to
is
tell the
you
people they
you
got to
did get
follow
the
Mother Color. You got if you want some more exclusive stuff, you got to follow.
yeah.
I got my end.
Yeah, soon I'm about to start dropping music as NFTs. That's just gonna be what it is.
Hey.
It's like, you know, you
got
got to. Ain't gonna, I got hard drives on hard drives. So yeah. But you can find that. Let me go back. You can find that anywhere pretty much for streaming. It's
Yeah.
spelled H3Y.
Hey.
So 3.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
absolutely.
you with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah. Look
You're
at
the
that.
healing mudra.
Yeah,
I
all of
see
that.
you.
All in the, you feel me? 3.
That's right.
So yeah, and my name, you see my name at the bottom, MVTHACVLA. Yeah, I'm independent. You know, the guy, actually, my production assistant, he was the engineer for that project. We did that. I did that with him and his brother, or what have you. So yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
Shout out
999s
to
is the
Kim.
name of the album. 999s. Yeah,
Talent.
$9.99 is the album.
yeah, yeah,
The Mother Color.
yeah.
I've
yeah.
got it downloaded. It's on my Apple Music and it's on my Spotify and like everywhere I can find it, I download it.
It's on my title because I used to.
Hey, see the love. I
Dope soul.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all.
I wake up, well, not every morning, but a lot of mornings to 1111 manifest.
Thank
I
you.
wake up to Mother in the morning.
Thank you. Yeah, we need that. You know, we need that grounding.
Mm-hmm.
I need it a lot of times. I find myself in the middle of the day and I'm just off balance.
Mm-hmm.
But if I take that time, it feels like I'm supposed to take that time when I take it.
You are.
And you are. It's a reminder, just like you were saying. Just that reminder. Sometimes we need that. I did it for me. And I'm
Yeah,
glad that
you
it
did it
blessed
for you.
others. You know?
That part.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the part.
Yeah.
If you take care of yourself the best, you're going to spill over on everybody else.
Absolutely. I agree.
I mean, that's just what I've learned.
I mean, same. I can't. Do you hear me?
No
Like
arguments
denouncing-
heard. No
Like, do you hear
arguments
me?
heard.
Disagree
Amen.
here. All right. So let's do this.
Coming to the stage.
Um,
I'm
we
getting
are-
silly.
We are about to talk about the services that we render.
Oh, yes.
and how things came to be. So the next portion of speakers will talk more about our racial healing work that we've done
And are doing.
and are doing and will continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
And this, we call it racial healing work so it rings with everyone else, right? Like, it's really about love and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Healing yourself enough to see yourself as human and having a human experience worthy of sleeping and eating and resting and connecting with all that is, and honoring that we are given these things called artificial constructs that take us away from truly being our whole authentic selves.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you call that? Right? And so we just umbrella racial healing and honoring that there's certain artificial constructs such as
In
race.
our society here, like we are here in 2022 United States of America, there is a particular set of constructs that work on us, that work on our lives, all of our lives, and our racial healing work addresses those, because most of them is about race. Like, I can't go nowhere and not be a black woman. That is a construct that I didn't ask for. I am so grateful for it, though. Ain't nothing better than being a black woman. Amen. Leans back out. But this construct makes my life a particular way. How do I live my fullest within and breaking those constructs? Racial healing work.
which is just healing and loving yourself, right?
That's
And
right.
allowing yourself to be the freest version of that. And one of the things is I know for me, I started doing this work because I got tired of the microaggressions, and I got tired of not being able to talk about what it means to be in this body at this time, and hear other people who have been afforded this artificial thing called white privilege, hearing them talk about things as if it didn't impact me, and I was actually supposed to eat it. Nobody signs my check, so I didn't have to. I did a lot of things I didn't have to eat, and so working towards the love and the healing and bringing that into everything. So the grounding, the deep breathing, the honoring that we have trauma in our bodies. That's the human that we don't get to talk about really when we start calling each other a woman, man, Christian, Muslim, black, white. We lose our authentic selves. So the work that we do consulting and training. We help. I have a law degree, so I use that law degree to help curate policy that is human-centered, what we like to call culturally mindful, healing, and human-centered policy. And trainings. How do you create spaces that mitigate harm for people of global majority, aka people of color? I don't like that term, so people of global majority, because there's more of us than there's not. So honoring that. And so these next set of speakers are individuals that have experienced trainings, training experiences, training experiences in which we honored the constructs such as race, and how it just permeates in everything that we do. And if we don't have a conversation about race and the trauma and the triggering that it causes,
How do we heal?
So, we're going to hear from Khadijah. Khadijah's next.
Ooh, my girl Khadijah. Also, Southern University alumni. Oh my goodness. Greetings.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. This is so good. I'm excited.
Yes!
Love and healing. Love and healing.
Love and healing. Yes. You have done your own love and healing work.
I am doing.
And hello, somebody.
I am doing.
Don't you make me run up in here.
Yeah. Yeah. In so many ways. In so many ways.
So tell me about, tell the people about yourself and your particular experience with love and healing work along your love and healing journey.
Yeah. I have been in the nonprofit field for majority of my career. And most recently, I have sort of landed in the philanthropic world. And what I don't think a lot of people realize is that Black people, I'm not going to say people of color, I'm going to be very specific. Black people are a minority in that space, right? And I'm happy to be here because I consider myself an activist first, and so I often feel that I've been placed in these roles to be able to represent, obviously, Black people in this space, but also to be able to help others and be a resource to others. My former role was sort of in the education space, K-12 education space, in what I like to call my hometown, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Hey.
They say that I'm not from Baton Rouge because I wasn't born in Women's Hospital, but that's my home. And I worked for an organization that essentially educated Black and brown kids. And my role was to raise money for the Southern Louisiana region. So what I noticed, and I'll try to fast forward, but what I noticed that right around the time that George Floyd was killed, all of a sudden there was all of this work that was sort of being done within the organization around DEI and this sort of buzzword. And I'm just going to say this buzzword because I felt like that's what it was. And yeah, no substance really behind it. But I felt like there was an opportunity to educate. And so I had an opportunity to work with my colleagues on our quarterly meeting. And it was like our first in-person meeting after, at least we thought it was after COVID. And so invited Fatima to come and join us and to really do some, I want to say racial equity work, but I'll say racial healing work. And I had worked with my colleagues long enough to understand that there was love in their hearts for the work that they were doing and the students that they were serving. But there was also a lot of inherent bias, right? And not truly understanding how to serve the population of the community that they were actually serving. And so in her own way, in her own fashion, we did this sort of 2-day intensive. And I probably, beside my supervisor, was the only woman, Black woman that was in that room. And I was always just very thrilled to be under the supervision of Aisha because she was fucking like
Amen.
she was just everything that anybody could ask for as a supervisor. But she and I were very different, right? Like just the diversity between she and I as Black women was gaping. And so
we're not a monolith.
We're not a monolith, right? And here she is. I'm a graduate, 2-time graduate of an HBCU, maybe the HBCU.
Right? It's okay to say it.
Right? and she's, a graduate of Yale and Duke, right? So we were not completely different worlds. But it in the spaces that we operated and we vacillated, it worked, right? But we both knew that what I could offer my colleagues, she could not as their supervisor. And so I took that opportunity and actually reached out to you, Brandis, because I knew that you had started the conversation. I knew that love and healing work was kind of a concept, but I didn't really know exactly where it was in the stages. And invited you guys to come and to do some work. And so the intensive work started. There was 2 days, and we started with sort of a yoga session because I knew that I was in a space with, a lot of people who, while they had seen, the on TV, because we were all forced to watch it. I mean, we were all at home, right? They all saw it, but it didn't affect them as much as it affected us. And it happened to George Floyd, and it happened to us, Black people, to the point where some of us had to take a step back and sit down and actually process what had witnessed. But we also knew that it was something that wasn't new, right? This is happening all the time.
You just saw it on TV.
And here we are now, white people who are like gasping, like what just happened? Right. And so there's a lot of trauma, right? That needed to be addressed, the feeling of it. But then also, how do we package this now so that we're more impactful as we move forward? We're actually being able to adequately serve these kids. Yes. Because we weren't at first. I don't believe. And so again, we started with yoga. I actually took a moment away, and the feedback that I got after the session was, woo, because it wasn't just yoga. It was the grounding, of course. It was all of the things, but we kind of punched a couple people in the face, right? And it was tough. It was the conversation was like, okay, we're going to get into this work. But what it did was it allowed the layers to start to peel, because the next day was going to be much more intense. And so I just think that, the work was really important because it was needed. We needed to create a space that people were vulnerable and were able to be truthful and honest. That was, I think, the biggest space. And I think, Fatima, if you remember, there was a lot of crying that ended up happening in that room. There was also some folks that I think kind of felt like I think there was some stonewalling that happened. There were people who just didn't want to really say what they were really feeling. So there was a lot that was happening. I eventually transitioned from my role with that organization. But for the remainder of the time that I was there, what I was most impressed with was their ability to be honest. Be able to say that we have these biases, we didn't realize these things, to be able to walk away from that as a team, fundraisers that really started to look at each other in ways that we weren't able to look at each other previously. Amen. And I say that because I also was able to look at some of my white presenting counterparts and glean and learn from them on ways that I could do my work better, and ways that I could position myself through and see the world through their lenses, and they through my lenses, and then my community of people, because I am part of that community of that we're serving. That is who I am.
That's right.
And I thought it was a very interesting exercise. And it was really the catalyst for a lot of work that they continue to do internally, in terms of the people that they hire, and trying to create a diverse talent pool. But then also just the work with the students and the teachers in terms of how do we create curriculums that really align and speak to the communities that they're actually serving. So
what I'm hearing is that 2-day intensive is had a ripple effect on a whole lot of different places in this organization.
Yes, absolutely.
That is what you want.
That's
you
the
want
work.
to help create a different way of thinking.
Yeah, and the interesting
that
thing
balances both the head and the heart.
The head and the heart, and it was really a lot about. And what I've been listening to and what I've been hearing is this consistent theme throughout of like accountability. The work that love and healing work does, accountability, but accountability through like boldness, but also love.
Yes.
And that's really important, because you're not going to get anywhere if people don't feel that you're coming from a place of love. It just feels abrasive, right? And abrasive
Hello,
is
somebody. That's right. You're absolutely right.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I can't
So
tell you nothing
was
about yourself if you don't think I love you.
right. If you think I hate you, what is that going to do? And now I'm going to fear you.
Right.
And fear is okay. Like we talked about that earlier. Fear is great. It's to
but
me,
it's a barrier to connection.
If you don't know how to use it, and most people don't know how to use fear.
Right. Right.
But when you come from certain communities, you're used to fear.
Yes.
So you know how to use it. You know how to operate within it and around it. You can use it as a guide. But a lot of people don't, that takes a lot of work to be able to do that.
That is something that is inherent in Black communities. We know how to use fear because fear is evident.
Just like we know how to use laughter.
Yes, absolutely. We use laughter to disarm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how to leverage white privilege. Let's take a little of those nuggets that we already have and spread them liberally throughout our white and white presenting brethren, such that we can then be those co-conspirators, affect the curriculums of these schools that educate primarily Black kids. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Fatima said something earlier that I thought a lot about, and she said this notion of white privilege is not really a thing. It's not real, but it's actually very real.
It
It's
It's
very real.
it's real because everybody buys into it.
Mhm.
It's a thing.
It's a construct that's being
It's a
created.
construct. It
And
is.
this is a really interesting thing that I found after our time with you guys, is that it's not their fault, right? Like it's not their fault. No more is it our fault because of the color of our skin. Like it's a thing that no one can really bypass. But how do we acknowledge it,
Mm-hmm.
and how do we use it to propel us forward? Because it's a thing.
It's a thing. Amen.
I feel like this is the moment where you say, and if you enroll in our how to leverage white privilege,
To learn more.
To learn more.
about how artificial constructs come up as real. But this is the thing. None of us consented to them.
We didn't.
I didn't consent to be called a woman, a cisgendered black woman. I just consent to it if I'm in a space where other people label themselves the same, and we're all experiencing that same experience as black women. But none of us really said, sign me up to be a black woman, to be all the things that a black woman is made to be. That's
We
not,
were taught this. We were taught this since the day we were born. And it's our world.
it's by design. And so how to leverage white privilege and some of our other experiences, we talk more about that.
Yeah. We talk about that in How to Leverage White Privilege. We talk about it in Racial Healing Through Storytelling. Khadijah, you tell a good story. And Racial Healing Through Storytelling is right up your alley, girl. Because what we are doing is exploring how our stories around race can help heal others. We will delve into and exist. Let's see, for example, when did you realize you were black? And we're going to build a story around that. We're going to talk about the art of storytelling. We're going to learn how to construct our story, and then we're going to present it. And we're going to offer our healing to others.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
But
You
this
find
is
that on the website at howtoloveandhealingwork.com. What were you saying, Khadijah?
I don't know. I think I lost it. I was trying to hear what you were saying, and so it went in one ear and out the other. It just kind of went. Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. It's gonna come back. But I'm excited about this work because it is. This word noble keeps coming up in my head. It is noble work.
Mhm.
We deserve this healing. Our whole world does. So
It's necessary.
it is. And I'm so grateful that you thought of me when you thought about the fact that we started these conversations and you trusted love and healing work enough in our infancy, in our gestation even, to help you navigate a real problem in your organization.
Mhm.
That's beautiful.
Really quickly, I'll say this. There was a moment where it was like a revelation for me, and the organization started in Texas and served predominantly brown kids, right? And first out of state expansion was to Louisiana, serving predominantly black kids.
Mm-hmm.
And when George Floyd happened, our executive director called like this really big meeting for everyone in the Southern Louisiana region to get on the call and let's just talk about what's happening. Let us grieve together, right? And my counterparts in Texas, there was one particular phone call that happened while I was on that call. And anyone who knows me knows I can be a bit of a workaholic. So I'm like grieving on the call with my Southern Louisiana, predominantly black counterparts, colleagues. And then I have a white colleague calling, and she's completely not, she's just completely out of
clue.
She has completely out of touch that I'm on a call with like 50 black people that are crying, right? And she's calling to like, I'm gonna just go ahead and use this term to check me about something. And it took everything out of me not to
To
go
yeah,
and talk more
uh
other space with her. But
honey.
that was the revelation for me, that that was a space that needed a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Because it did, because when she took a step back and she says, Khadija, are you okay? She didn't even realize what was happening, because that's not her world. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't affecting her spaces in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just hugely telling to me,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of work that that organization that was designed to serve minority communities were out of touch with the community that they were serving.
Amen. They need love and healing work.
Thank you so much, Khadija, for the opportunity and trusting me, because you didn't know me. On
Yeah.
the strength of Brandis, and so thank you for all that you are and all that you bring into spaces. Thank you so much.
You're
Hell
welcome.
yeah.
Thank you.
No. All right, mother. Are you hitting us with another performance next, or should we?
Cause
Are we doing our speakers?
I'm sorry, y'all. I be getting caught up in the conversations, and I didn't. We running behind because I like to jaw jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
the one that talking a lot. She always.
I like
Yeah.
to have conversation.
I understand. I understand. So we at 7:31.
So we can. This is listen. This is air sign, right? Like, I'm not committed. We can
Okay.
bring Carolyn and Martha Lynn on, and we can talk to them simultaneously.
Okay.
Ooh, that'd be
And
fun.
then we can do
That's gonna be fun. I like that.
performance. Yeah, we can.
Cause I want some more performance.
You want some more
'Cause
performance?
You know me, I can make magic happen back. Like,
I got
I love
you.
it here.
I got you. I
like
got you.
and y'all can't smell what's happening, right?
Baby.
But there's some food about.
I've been thinking about going into the kitchen and showing them what's being
what's
prepared.
happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought about doing it, but I'll let
It's gonna be a feast around this time.
I'll let Carolyn and Martha come in and talk on the stream, and then I will.
Okay.
I'll be
Like
back.
ambiance.
Yeah, we switching things up a little bit because we have lost light. We gonna get it rolling again. Get it looking good in here.
So I don't know if any of you have ever participated in a live virtual production before, but there's a lot happening back here.
Right.
So I've never done this. This is a land of firsts, and so I'm just grateful that this is going beautifully. We'll have amazing footage. We'll be able to watch this later.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So just honoring that things happen, and that's fine. But it looks amazing, and it's so good. So
Ooh, look at that ambiance.
we working on the light. You know, this melanin. We need light.
Check my hair while we.
All right. So coming up, we're gonna talk to two individuals that have done some work in racial healing work and just on their own journeys. And this is so we haven't really talked about the how. So taking care of the people that take care of people came out of, for me personally, being the person that was leading the marches and no one was really asking me, was I drinking water and taking care of myself? And so in 2016, I met another black woman who would be like, hey, you can sit down and eat something. And so I was like, oh, what could I eat that hydrates me and gives me full? Cucumbers. And then water, right?
You know, you mentioned something before we went to talk with Khadija. I wanted to share that you said that your racial healing purpose was developed through activism, etc., etc. And mine, not so much. Mine has been a journey of being the token black woman, and how over the past few years it's pissed me off, because why? I am, now you heard my flossing, I am qualified deserving of every table I sit at. But I'm not new. I'm not unique. I'm not unique. There are other beings that look just like me who do just the same thing. But I'm the only one there. And that's a problem. There's especially a problem for me in hospitality. Especially once I joined our management. So if you go to a hotel, think about who runs your hotel, who clean your rooms, who is at your front desk, who is your server. These are inevitably people of color. Who is busting your table, who is washing your dishes. So inevitably people of color. Now who is managing your hotels? Most likely it's a white man. And that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me because that means that of all of these people, they can only get to a certain point. After that, they are no longer considered. And that is a problem because they run this whole thing. So, my goal is to help the people that sit at the same tables I sit at recognize that they are not looking at the whole person. That there are biases and conditionings that exist.
But those people need to be taken care of too. So that's
Agreed.
That's what I was saying, right?
This is what I'm saying. I'm sitting at the table of these people, and I need to be able to talk to my peer and tell them, look, say, buddy, this is the same. Sitting on this board, I would have happy hour and meet up with one of my peers. And we have had these conversations about how do you recognize that you have this housekeeper supervisor who has been in this position for 5 years and you have never tried to develop her? Oh, I did not know that they would be interested for advancement. Have you asked them? So this is where I come from. Because who advises the people who are helping the people? Who helps you to see the blind spots?
We do.
Love and healing work does. That's right.
And
How to
so-
leverage right privilege.
And you have Brandon's degrees and then you have my degrees. So I have undergrad in political science and history and a minor in Africana study.
Mm-hmm. Put your drip out there.
And then I joined AmeriCorps Vista and really just got into nonprofit sector. So more about me later. Let's bring in Carolyn and Martha Lynn. If they're available.
I'm going to move this back over here because I need to see these ladies.
All right, so
Charge you.
we're doing a lot of different things.
A lot of
right?
things going on.
And that's fine. Greetings. So when time runs over, you bring things together. So thank you so much for being patient and just flowing with us. So every person that is on here that looks white, we say white presenting, and or some identify as white women, all of them, I know I can put black women in the room with, and they're not going to cause them harm. I know that to be true. Every person that you see on this call, because they've trusted us and me to guide them, I know that I can put any black woman that I love in the room with them and they can process something racialized like Breonna Taylor and that be okay. Why? Because they did it with me. I had to process Breonna Taylor as a black woman. And these beautiful beings, as what the world calls white women, they allowed themselves to be present with me with love, not the construct of being a white woman, but just love. And so Martha Lynn and Carolyn have been utilizing their privilege to help me train, to do this work in different places, to help me just heal in general, because talking with them helps me. They're going to tell you all these things, but I like to give credit to where credit is due, because work has to be done. Like you have to have the will as a person that the world says has this thing called white privilege, to see the world differently in a way that may say that you don't get to be as privileged.
Yeah.
But in doing this work, we realize we're all privileged as human beings, so no one can take that away and give it to us. So Martha Lynn and Carolyn, would you mind just introducing yourselves, taking turns introducing yourself to the world, your title, where you work with, and how we work together would be amazing.
Carolyn, you want to start?
No, we have the standoff, but Martha Lynn bypasses it by speaking first to tell me to speak first. Okay. I would be so honored. Yeah, my name is Carolyn. I use pronouns like she and her, and I move through the world as someone who was raised to be a white woman, and that is a whole thing that I continue to learn so much about, especially at the invitation of teachers and friends like Fatima. And oh gosh, okay, so I am a pastor in a Lutheran Christian congregation that is overwhelmingly also people who the world sees as white-bodied people. And I met Fatima in activism work, and I just feel like there are those celestial bodies that orbit similar stars, and we have just been blessed to orbit one another and similar work over many years, which is amazing. And so I'll just say one thing kind of about where I find myself today, and then one thing about one way I've connected to Fatima's work, and then I'll hand it off to Martha Lynn, if that sounds right. As someone who serves a religious community, we won't even go down the road too deep of what the Christian church as an institution has going on right now, and especially the white parts of it that are very, 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 very formed by their whiteness. But we can talk about that if somebody wants to. But I am someone who usually shows up on a Sunday, and like we were talking about before, is sort of invited to open up the doors of the church for other people. And today is a day when I am just so blessed that the doors of the church have been opened up for me. I am amazed to be in this congregation right now, the people I can see on the screen, and everyone who is here in this place. Thank you for opening up the doors of the church to me in that way. I also got to have the doors of the church opened up to me this afternoon at a special moment that I got to be present to, where a liturgical dancer was moving to this phrase that was repeated over and over again. If I am not in alignment, how can I know what to pray? If I am not aligned, if my heart is not aligned, how can I know what to pray? And it just hit me so hard. And I realized, feeling my heart looking towards this evening, that is why I have been so richly nourished by the work I've gotten to do with you, Fatima, because of my racialized experience and its limitations, in large part, and because of so many other things, because of the way the institutional church sometimes is shaped. I feel like we are not in alignment sometimes, and we don't even know it. And so the work that I've gotten to do with Fatima, and other folks on this call and all kinds of things, and I haven't gotten to work with Brand just yet, but I want
Baby,
to.
hold on, I'm coming for you.
But I'm here for it. Yes. This has been the work. This healing work is finding alignment within ourselves, so that we can know what to pray and how to move, how to be in line with each other and with the divine. And so for me, that has been being part of the co-conspirators for social equity cohort that our friend Chelsea, who was on the call earlier, and Martha Lynn have both been a part of, and to be one of the groups that has done leveraging white privilege work as a group, particularly specifically as a group within the congregation where I serve right now, which was a remarkable opportunity through some grant funds that helped us come together with Fatima and spend over a year meeting regularly. And just, yeah, having this lens of this work being healing work, which I feel like gave that access point of grounding this work in love so that people's sense of defensiveness and fear could be softened into a place of healing and connection. So that's what I'll say to start, because I want to hear what Martha Lynn has to say and what else is going to come up too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. My name is Martha Lynn Kuhn. I direct a project called the 787 Collective, and in that work, I've been able to work with both Fatima and Carolyn. We work as a collective. I work with about 27 different congregations who are particularly committed to young adult engagement in congregational life. And I've realized as I've been doing that work, how many of the questions that love and healing work asks and addresses in their work are so crucial to any person being able to grow, certainly any congregation being able to grow, any organization being able to grow. And doing this work has just been such a privilege and an invitation to healing in my own life. And so I've had so much gratitude for that. I am a writer and a mother, and I have worked largely in the nonprofit world most of my life, particularly in the spiritual and religious space the last 12 to 13 years. And I was able to be part of the co-conspirators for Equity Group and also worked through leveraging white privilege, and have also utilized just like individual coaching and consulting services as well. Yeah, I would say so much of what has been said so far has resonated so deeply with me, and particularly listening to Khadija and sort of this idea of inviting people, and particularly as a white-bodied woman, in spaces that are trafficked by a lot of white-bodied people, engaging in this conversation around diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's something I feel like my lifelong has been, I grew up in North Alabama. So it's been something that has been I mean, what can I say? Like, I want to say like a commitment of mine. And I think it has. I think it has. I think it has been a commitment on the head level. And working with Fatima, working through leveraging white privilege was the first time I really felt like it started to make sense to me, because it invited me to work on the heart level and bring my whole body. And as I bring my whole body, learn to respect and love everybody. And that has been so essential. And just as a leader and a facilitator, I can say there was this moment of like just deep invitation for me when we were actually, I think Carolyn was on a call, and with us, we were in a group call from our project. And it was after George Floyd's murder, and there was a woman of color, a Black-bodied woman on the call who was just in so much pain. And like, I knew enough to know what I didn't know. So I feel like the group was there, able to hold this person and just in silence and love and intention. And then Fatima was on the call and saw what I didn't know and was like, I've got this. let me do this because I have the words to say. And it was just in that moment that I was so aware of how much more work I had to do, and was so grateful to have the invitation to go deeper and further in the work. And also just how, for any of us that claim to be human loving, I was like, I don't have the tools, and I want to serve every person I work with. And this is the way. This is the way for me, like, to do something where love is the leading consciousness, as I've heard Fatima say many times. And so, in that sense, people are called into the work and accompanied, and then met with accountability, which is such an exciting thing for me about the work of love and healing work. I mean, the services that you offer is that it's so person-centered, and there is that journey component where people are accompanied, and I'm just grateful to have
we're not here by ourselves. None of us, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So, thank you. Thank you for all the things I've heard and learned tonight already, and just for being part of this community and being loved and led by love. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're working on this. By our next one, she'll be looking down less, and then by the next one, she'll be looking down
But
less.
see,
and then
I gotta plug the thing up because I'm trying to see the faces and it's saying 10% battery. It's making my nerves bad.
So
I'm trying to pay attention.
yeah, I don't know what's happening, but we are listening on a phone, and she's plugging up that phone so we can hear you all, because we have it.
Yeah, because we can have that reverb.
All right, so thank you both for just coming.
Yes.
So, closing out, why would you say other people should experience the work of loving healing work? What's one, like, in closing out thing, why do you think people should experience loving healing?
I would say because it's about collective liberation. And I think
Oh,
God, you are
I
my
like
favorite.
that. Right in here. That sounded good, didn't it, Kendall? I saw your head shake. That sounded good.
That felt
Ooh,
good.
that in my body. Okay. All right. You're saying collective liberation.
So that's it. That's what I would say, Carol.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think what I was thinking is like that, in that I think for me, love and healing being the doorway to it's the doorway to everything. And so for love and healing to be the lens, or to be the focus, to me has been the transformative piece that has really helped me understand, or begin to understand. I don't understand yet. It's helping me begin to understand how this is everything. There is no part of any of our lives that isn't touched by this, that this isn't part of.
Sure.
And I think when you walk into it through the door of love and healing, that's when that starts to become apparent.
Yeah, awesome. I heard collective liberation is the door to everything.
Yeah. I heard love and healing is the door to collective liberation. That's what I heard.
I like the way you say things.
Thank you.
While she's here, you know. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Thank
Thank
you both.
I can't wait to hug you.
Love you too.
you. Have a blessed evening.
Me too. Drink the waters and take care of yourself.
Amen.
All right, thank y'all for rocking with us. We just
Babe,
got,
we've been doing this.
one
I've been
more
drinking
segment.
my
We got one
water,
more
child.
segment, right? So y'all learned about, love and healing work in the beginning. We talked about,
We talked about self-love. We
us
talked
and,
about,
we
let me see
heard
what
from
else.
people. Talked about our services.
We talked about our racial services. We talked about our personal services.
Yeah, and
Group services. We didn't talk about that.
do we want to talk about that right now?
No, I don't. That's going to be behind there.
We have a website that
Baby.
we actually paid for.
And it's
now y'all should
growing.
visit.
It's
Well,
growing.
let me say this real quick. We offer personalized services for organizations and individuals who want to do this work. Let's say you are a white-bodied individual who don't want to talk about these things in a group setting. That's okay, baby. I'll give you that work by myself.
Or me, because we're completely different, right? And that's just what makes us great, because between the two of us and all the people we're connected with, we'll make sure you get what you need.
Yeah, you get what you need.
So this brings us to, because I want to close on this exclusive, right? I want to close on the exclusive.
You want to close on the exclusive?
I want to close on the exclusive. I want to get this talking out, and I want us to close on the dance, because we can dance our way to the food.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
we
y'all, I'm
hungry.
hungry. I'm hungry.
All
hungry.
right. So why did I get into a business?
Well, baby,
right?
let me tell you. So, Fatima has run wonderful nonprofit organizations, and we're different people. I don't believe in no nonprofit. I think nonprofits are inherently tools of the patriarchy, because they teach you that you don't deserve, you just deserve to break even. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, we want to be able to help who we want to be able to help without telling the government about who we helping. So I'm gonna need enough coins to be able to help who I want to help without telling you nothing. Amen. So love and healing work is then a social business. One of our measures of success will be how much we are able to give, how much we are able to serve. You got your profit goals and you got your service goals. Welcome to love and healing work.
Who do we serve and how do we serve it? So most of you who know me, well, if you just, how the Google knows me is by doing a lot of work in the community of the global majority, in the heart of communities. I do
Yeah.
not believe in asking people in need to come to the need. That doesn't make sense, because if
How you gonna get there? If you in trouble?
right, like if I didn't need you, then why would I need you? You know what I'm saying? Like if I could get
Right.
what I needed, I wouldn't need you.
Right.
So in 2016, when the floods happened in Baton Rouge, I was at Southern University Law Center, and the flood impacted a lot of people. I thought just in Baton Rouge, but a lot of people I went to school with were impacted. So organized in Austin a U-Haul of supplies. I drive all of the supplies, me, myself, this being.
Not for long, if the Lord said the same, because there's a better use of all of this structure. Amen.
Correct.
Come on, somebody.
Not negating that. So, Community Advocacy and Healing Project came from all these other organizations, but it will be called Love and Healing Project because it's love and healing work. And it's just a culturally mindful, healing, and human-centered way of helping people in the community. I do policy work, so we do police brutality work, how to help businesses. For example, a lot of businesses of the global majority in neighborhoods that they call the ghettos or the barrios or the hoods, they don't have organized business structures or what do y'all call them? Business.
You need a chamber of commerce. You need some sort of
but
organization.
but the block with businesses that come together, and they usually the businesses pay a fee.
Neighborhood associations.
A lot of businesses, the global majority, don't have that association. So what ends up happening is there isn't a pot of money for waste management services to be pulled from. So our blocks are not as clean as some of the other organizations or other businesses on the other side that have been associated. Right? Why does that matter? Because you have somebody with a brain with 2 MBAs that can assist communities set up those infrastructures.
And those things make such big impacts that might not go to your bottom line. It's not going to cost you no money, but it's going to transform your neighborhood. How about it?
For 7 generations, because that's the goal. So our work is not just, and I'll back up. It started from police brutality to taking care of the people who were harmed by police, by taking care of the mothers, then by taking care of the activists and leaders who are taking care of the people who are taking care of the people. And so everything that we do is we tend to help the people who touch the most people. And this is why this segment is important. Because Loving Healing Project, Loving Work Project, started with the freeze. The freeze that happened in Austin. I lived in Austin, helped organize, running a complete site, and then helped the volunteers and made sure that there was healers to help the volunteers that was helping the people, because the people helping the people need to be taken care of. So when Hurricane Ida happened, I reached out to the first CIA, what the world knows as Black women, and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to help some people for Hurricane Ida," and I was connected with different people in Louisiana who had just started organizing in their own communities, because that's what we do, right? Like when people don't come help us, we just do it ourselves. And so in this work, what I've learned is instead of going into communities and trying to do it myself, that's stupid. You just go to the people who are helping the people and re-up their supply.
Yeah, let me go.
So you giving people water, then I'm going to bring you water because you already giving people water. And so we do that for all natural disasters, police brutality, anything that really touches communities, and we have the ability to assist, guide them through connection with other people and or businesses and or nonprofits or organizations. So this next person is Ashley. Ashley, man, oh man. First of all, if y'all never been to Louisiana, y'all need to go to Louisiana, baby. Let me just tell you, you need to go to Louisiana. Ain't no place like it in the country, in the world. There's no place like it.
Yeah, that's true.
But New Orleans, it's
Special
something
place.
special about New Orleans. And I don't wear shoes, which is another video another time. But New Orleans is one of the best places I've ever put my feet on. Like the power and the love and the healing in New Orleans for people of the African diaspora is unmet to me, and how I've seen them rally since Katrina. What the world has seen since Katrina. They've been doing it before Katrina, but we've got to see it through Katrina. And Katrina's actually what got me into this work. So Ashley is on right now. And we are so elated because Ashley, lights out, things flooded. Ashley's house was jacked up. I don't even know if it's still jacked up, but it was jacked up from Hurricane Ida. You hear me? And was out here feeding the people, and the people being the block, her block, the people in her community, like on grills and all these things. And I was connected to this amazing sister by the name of J Mac out in Charlotte. She's a great artist, and she followed Ash on the Instagram. I was like, oh, connected, and I've been loving Ashley ever since. And again, the fact that Ashley unapologetically put her own well-being on the side to say that somebody has to take care of the elders. Somebody has to stay and make sure the people that stay get what they need. And that's what we do. We go help the people that stay, right? The people didn't have the resources to get out, and the people who couldn't. So, Ashley, please tell the people about yourself, how, the work that you did for Hurricane Ida for the people in the community, and then just how we ended up meeting and doing the work. Oh, we can't hear you. Can you unmute, maybe? You're unmuted. We're gonna figure this out. While we figure this out, we're gonna figure it out. Ashley, I think
Nigga, you better talk it. She is working that
you trying. We gonna. It's okay. It's okay.
No, you ain't got to shake it.
We gonna figure it out. It's fine. Try leaving and come back. See what happens. Okay, she left and came back. She's coming back. So, Ashley, when we went to Louisiana for Hurricane Ida, I was blessed to get donations from many of you on this call and others. And we went to the U-Haul. I partnered with Chef Dominique out of Atlanta, and Chef Dominique ended up riding with me from Atlanta to Louisiana, and she made food from scratch. So we bought, with your donations, we bought organic, vegetables and fruit and all these things. And she got out there and she cooked food, and then she connected with Ashley. And so they ended up feeding the community, I think, twice while we were in New Orleans. Well, in Louisiana, because we ended up going to 4 cities and providing food and water. So your resources, supplies, when people pay for our services and or just give offerings, that allows us to help people that FEMA, Red Cross, and them are just not helping. And in a way that we know to be true intimately, because we're going into those neighborhoods and we're talking to people and they're telling us what's happening. We get to see what's happening, right? So the work that we do is really to be able to do the other work and to do it and to not suffer doing it, right? Like, I should still be able to eat, and I should still be able to live in a way that isn't just comfortable. I should be able to live in a way that aligns with who I am and how I move, and help people. And as Brandon said, in the nonprofit sector, that wasn't the case.
That's not a thing. If you can afford to pay all your bills in the nonprofit sector, you're doing something wrong. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
And so, yeah, what Brandon said, and honoring too, right? That we would have to report just giving people like Ashley money for a hotel or food because she decided to stay back and take care of her community. That reporting would have to be
I ain't got time for that.
ridiculous.
I ain't got time. And don't nobody care no way. That government don't care. I do. So let me go and get do what I want to do. You know how I do that? I pay for it. That's the golden rule. One who got the gold makes the rules. Amen.
Is Ashley back yet? We had Ashley log out because wasn't really. Oh, here we go.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Hey!
Hi, I'm back.
Yes, girl.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, you
girl.
got. Hey, my loves. How are y'all? Oh my
So
God.
good. I'm so happy to see you.
Yes, I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for having me. Oh my goodness.
It's happening. We said it.
Yeah, it's happening. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a little dark now, so the lighting went down. I try to have my lighting.
you're perfect. All is well. So, would you mind telling the world about just who you are and the work that you did around Hurricane Ida to help the community and then how we ended up here?
Yes, most definitely. I'm actually known as Kissing My Tattoos. That's my artist name. I'm the CEO of We Bleeding Tattoo Shop, KMT Suites. We got Nola and Leave the Lights On mentorship program here in New Orleans. And I am a 33-year-old entrepreneur. Been in this goal for 10 years. Been doing it for 10 years, but I've been taking care of the community all my life because I'm a former educator. I taught early childhood up to third grade for 13 years. I was 17 in the game, handling it.
No.
Okay, so when Hurricane Ida presented itself, I was the one that was left behind to take care of the community. I kind of had a little experience due to Hurricane Katrina. So I took what I've experienced and created a whole new experience from stepping in my divinity with other individuals that know who they are and what we needed to do and how we needed to survive, right? And then kind of coming from out of what you said before, the ghetto, you still have kind of survival instincts. So you kind of still know how to make that nothing out of something, make a something out of nothing. So once the lights and the power went out, we was out for about 10 days here after the storm, and everything was like defrosting, like the deep freezer. So I was going to neighbor's house. Let me get that out your box. Let me get that out your box. I have a grill. I have a flashlight, and my mom have a gas stove. So we was able to light the gas stove with a match and was able to provide hot meals for the community because I knocked on the door to see who was all around at that moment. For my neighbors, my family members, and you had a lot of elders that didn't have transportation or even family members for them to even move out. And I was just like, I can't stay here. I mean, I can't just leave, right? So my other family members and stuff left. My mama was still here taking care of her patients. And I was just like, I'm gonna put on for my sitting. And I had a blind dog at that moment. So being in the car for 22 hours and 33 hours just to get to another location because traffic was backed up. Because it
That's
was
not an
something that
issue.
it was a big
It
issue.
wasn't
So
an option.
it wasn't an option. So I had to stay in and ride the waves. And I thank God for the strength of the ancestors and spirit guides, angels, and the community. Because I made sure I sent the signal before my phone, got disconnected. I'm like, y'all, please, if you out, send me messages in, just flood it, DM it. Let me know what's happening. Whenever I get to a station to charge my phone or devices, I'll be able to know what's happening on the outside in. It was kind of like a walkie-talkie telepathically, yeah.
And how do we meet? What work did we end up doing together?
And actually, we came together off a Clubhouse. So, my girl, say her name for me, y'all, because I know it's a million and one things going through my mind.
J Mac.
J Mac come in. She was like, "How can we help?" Because me and J Mac was already in a holding session, about what's about to take place. Because I'm down for preparation. I prepare so we don't have to be in the midst of chaos, trying to, create calm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, this is what's happening. She was like, hold on, I have the perfect person that I'm gonna give this introduction and connection to. And then there was Fatima coming on a helicopter. Felt like, and I was like, what is this? Where is this lady with no shoes and sage burning and a U-Haul pulling up coming from? And she was just like, hold on, I'm on my way, and I'm on my way now. So I'm living in the home. So she was like, we're going to come over and stay at the crib. And I was like, Fatima, I forgot to tell you that I am injured as well. Like, my home was battered, shattered. I mean, the rooms had holes in it due to the rain. I was just like, she was like, wait, are you going through the same thing? I was like, yeah, but don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. Like, and Fatima was like, no, you need a room. Like, I was like, no, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna just put a gas mask on. I'm gonna clean up the mold. I'm gonna clean up the stuff, the debris. I'm gonna chop the grass with a at that time it was a shovel, And she was just like, what? You need rest. Let the resource for you. And I was like, no, I need to be here. We gotta do this. But it was so amazing to have her come up in there with the staff. And then I was someone that just to have someone to come in and say, you could breathe.
You can
Okay?
breathe.
You could breathe.
You
Like George
deserve
Floyd.
to breathe.
You could breathe. Just breathe. And that was just so important. And I'm forever grateful and honored to have you all. That love and healing work, that energy, that essence, the presence of just being authentically you, bare raw. That's what I'm going for.
Give thanks.
Give thanks, girl.
Give thanks. And then also put y'all on herbal regimen. So all the
Yes.
shout out to all the people
the
that
herbalists
volunteers and volunteered.
that donated
It
those
was-
herbs.
Yes.
We get herbs and gave them out to everybody who was helping the people and the people.
Everyone.
Because if you're running low, you need some immune support.
Indeed, because you have to think about it. We're just getting our home done. Update. We're just starting to get our home worked on at this moment. So
Jesus.
from Hurricane Ida, so that's months and months. So think about the elders that didn't have anyone to come in to clean up. We was going to clean up their mold. We had to take a U-Haul actually and pull their trash. Because like the mayor was like, you have to bring it to the dump yourself. They wasn't sending people out to come get trash. So we was living in a real nitty gritty funky environment here. And in order to transmute that energy, we just had to step up.
Step it up.
Step it up.
And you all did a brilliant and beautiful job. And I am
continue
so
to.
grateful for you.
Oh, not without the help of you guys. Like, it's because, like, for Team of them, they didn't give us, y'all didn't give me any option to be weak, But then you allow to have space. Like, you gave me space and time to be weak.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like,
You need a place to.
it was like teardrop, but give me that paper napkin. It's time for me to wipe off these walls and stuff like that.
I know that's right.
So it's just like
Lean here on my shoulder right quick
Yeah.
and wipe with the other hand. Damn.
And then she came in with, oh my God, with Chef Dime. I would never forget her. Chef Dime, we was just like, come on, let's just whip it up. Let's just get whatever. Everything was healthy from the breakfast, the lunch to the dinner. We had a jazz band to lift up the crowd. You saw the people was coming in with their walkers, their crates from all over, just enjoying that someone, second lining, yes, was enjoying that someone stepped up and honored what they was going through.
Amen. Amen.
You're
Yes.
amazing. Where can people follow you? Make sure people know.
Yes. Most definitely, I'm letting y'all know now. I'm in the process of opening my sanctuary, which is the new tattoo shop here in New Orleans. And I'm coming back from a fire, y'all. So I'm somebody that know about trauma, pain, scars, and everything else. But most definitely, you can follow me on Instagram at kissingmytattoos.com. I kind of see me floating. Look at me.
You see
growing
it.
up.
You'll see it.
You'll see it. And then you can also visit our website at www.webleeding.com. You can pull up here in New Orleans, get through me through Fatima, DM me personally, and we're going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
We love you.
I love you, Ashley.
I love
love
y'all.
you so much.
Gratitude. Thank y'all for everything.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Peace.
Peace.
Is Chanel up here?
No, but it's 8:15.
Sade's there?
Yeah, Sade is here.
Let's bring
That's what we
Sade.
have.
Cause
Last week, we technology got its limits too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
So I
Last leg.
yes, baby.
Last leg. Oh, Sade. Okay, so we're closing out. So we're coming to the close of this experience, y'all. So thank you for being here. We have Sade Jones with you because she's this beautiful healer being that has the ability to provide us with some tools to help us regulate our nervous system. And why is this important? Why are we ending on this? Love and healing work. As a business, we believe that change comes when we can be regulated in our nervous system, when we can be grounded in our bodies. And when we do things like natural disaster relief work, or we do racism work, or we do anything that puts us in this fight, flight, or freeze response, we need tools to be able to allow our bodies to just regulate themselves. Sade is one of the most amazing beings that I've met to do this. Has helped me regulate my own nervous system in ways that I don't even think I always tell her out loud. But I am honored that you all get to experience her, guide you through a session, that these are tools you can take with you. So when you want to slap somebody upside the head, call them everything but the child of God. And maybe, throw something. These are some tools. Or maybe you want to say something racist. Or you want to ask a question or touch somebody's hair. These are some tools. And so I invite you all to just tune into Sade. And I'm going to allow Sade to introduce herself and her business and her work, and then to guide us through some regulating things. Hey, Sade.
Hey.
Hey.
Peaceful greetings, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see the chakra bands in tandem. So that's a treat for me. Yes. It's lit when you see them together.
Thank you, mother.
I am many things because that's how us goddesses move around this human of a world. But let's see, I'm a psychologist. I am a dancer of 19 years. I am a healer. I'm a practitioner of the Ifa and Lukumi tradition. I am an ancestral conduit. I am many different things. I pair all of these things together to call myself a movement alchemist. If you know anything about alchemy, it is the act of transmuting energy for useful purposes. Something that is inanimate then becomes animated. Something that is destructive becomes purposeful. Something that is heavy becomes light. And then do this through movement and through the body. Let's see. I met Fatima a long time ago. Maybe it's been like 8 years or something like that. In Austin, Texas, we recognize each other doing the work. Real. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, East Coast connection. And it has been the utmost honor to be able to heal the healers. And she keep talking about that throughout this whole thing. I keep on hearing this, but who's helping the people, who's doing the work? It's like, well, who's helping you? And that's always my question to her. Like, okay, but what are you doing? Like, are you drinking water and taking care of yourself and having somebody be able to, get it back to you with the same amount of intensity and love that you give it to others? It's very important. So I have a lot of things to say and things for us to do. So we are just going to go ahead and do it.
Okay.
I deal a lot in understanding how movement works around the body. So my business is basically understanding that every energetic center holds different emotions, different traumas, different memories, different experiences within the body. And how do we use movement that's beyond yoga, that's beyond fitness, that's beyond those things to be able to either take those things out of the body or put them somewhere else where they can be useful. Sometimes you need full extraction. Sometimes you can alchemize it, right? And so I do that through customizable private as well as group experiences, virtual or in person, or, fly a sister out somewhere.
I know that's right.
I'll get on a plane. Just let me know what's going on. So we're talking about regulation for this particular experience, right? And how can y'all, as people who go out, I call them light dealers, right? You know, when y'all go out there on the block and do that light work, how are you taking care of yourself? And how can you do that in ways that are sometimes need to be inconspicuous, because not everybody wants to see everybody well, right? So like, how can you just do it and just let it be truth without having people question it, or what is she doing? That's funny? I don't know what that is. Just being able to move. I'm going to put these working definitions in the chat for you. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'll do it later because it doesn't want me to do it now. Oh, okay. Nope. Okay. I go with what Spirit say. Spirit say no. Okay, so we're going to get to this work. We have regulation, dysregulation, self-regulation, and co-regulation. Regulation is basically being able to find and maintain homeostasis within the system. That could be your own personal body system. That could be a job. That could be an institution. It could be a country. It could be a race, a so-called race of people. It could be anything. All of these things are systems. And dysregulation is when something happens that takes the metabolic, which is chemical, the physiological, which is your body, or the psychological, which is your mind, homeostasis off kilter, right? So that's what dysregulation is. It's not necessarily feeling negative emotions. Feeling negative emotions can also be a healthy thing. It's when it takes you off your square when it becomes a problem. And then you have self-regulation, is the ability to be able to find equilibrium through self-sourcing. And co-regulate. So that means that's not necessarily out. So going out and putting your feet in the grass is not self-regulation. That's co-regulation with nature. Self-regulation is being able to do it by yourself. So sometimes we get that. That's why I was like, definitions. Definitions are good. And then co-regulation, like I just said, is creating equilibrium within yourself by sourcing something other than what's inside of you. Breath is self-regulation, right? That's a great way to put that. All right, boom. So why do we need regulation? We need regulations because triggers are real. They're all the way real. And it's this game that humans play called trigger ping pong. And some of us are like national champions at that mug, right? Like that's a thing. And we don't know that we're doing it. And so it's important to be able to cut it. How my mother used to say, nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. So what happens here? There's the input, a process, and the output. If you think about it like a computer system, there's a physical threat. The physical threat tells you that there is danger, and then some stuff happens in the body to try to save you from said danger. When you are in a psychological threat, that can be perceived or not perceived. So the example of that is a life event happens. It establishes itself as memory in your body. So it's stuck in your, let's use your aortic arch, for example, because that's where most people.
Oh, you're getting so deep.
Grief, death, and loss happens here. So if everybody could take your thumbs, like make a fist like this, put your thumbs out to the sides, and just chill though, because it might feel a little bit odd. Just press right underneath where your armpit meets your chest. And you're going to feel a little bit of discomfort there. It's tight. It's weird. What is happening in there? We call these our emotional pockets. You know how your granny used to take $1 bills and put them in her. So this is where you put your big emotions of grief and loss. You put them in here. Right up in here. Yeah. So, all right, boom, a life event happens. We're like, I can't, especially as people of the global majority, I can't deal with that right now because I have to deal with surviving. So I can't really process this thing that just happened. So I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to put it in my emotional pocket. And I'll come back to it when things cool down, when everything cools down or whatever. But the reality of most of our experiences, especially here in America, is that point to cool down doesn't really occur. So then another thing happens and we put it in there. Another thing happens and we put it in there. Now we got the Barney bag up in our aortic arches of these experiences that we haven't processed yet. Right? Don't worry, I got you. We're gonna get it out. We're gonna air it out. Okay. So what does that show up like, right? So that's like the software, right? Our input system is in here on our computer. Now we got software written that says anytime I experience X, Y, and Z of these ingredients, I need to either turn up, I need to get out of dodge, or I need to play dead, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. And also, I'm a fawn. Oh, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Master sick. We need help. You know, that kind of thing. That we learned that. We learned how to do that, how to people please in order to keep ourselves, to keep our own equilibrium. All right. So boom. How do you stop that from happening? You go into in between the input, which is the life event, and then before the software gets inside of your body. It's going to get in there, but it don't have to hook, right? It don't have to anchor inside of your body. So how do you get it real quick before it anchors? Is being able to be grounded in what we call innate wholeness and presence. So we're gonna practice. We're gonna do that practice. I'm gonna share with you is what I do with a lot of people who I work with who are experiencing grief, and you can go through the stages of grief and loss without having it anchor into your body. Okay. So that way you don't have to go back and do the stages over and over and over again. You just get it at one time and be done. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? I threw a lot of psychology at y'all. I like to get that out the way.
You did. After we've been in 2 hours, child, I ain't getting nothing. I'm going to be asking again.
It's all right. Y'all can hit me up if with questions, or I also present this work in presentations for groups and organizations as a workshop. So boom. Okay. So senses go to the body, right? The threat comes in through our senses. The body tells the brain something is happening, hold up. And then the brain says, okay, body, this is what you do. Okay? We're going to get it before it goes from the body to the brain. How are we going to do that? We're going to do a visualization because we need an anchor. We need something to resource. So you're going to do a visualization of peace, joy, or play. The second step that we're going to do is we're going to bring up something, not something that's like, you're going to need me for a session, right? Afterward. We don't want to go that far, right? It's too late for me to be giving privates right now.
Baby.
But then we're going to go into setting an intention, and then we're going to go into a body scan and figuring out where it is existing in your body, and then letting it go. All right?
Got it. Yep.
All right. So we've been talking through this here beautiful launch about how it is the first day. Well, we're transitioning into spring overnight tonight. And so we've been in winter. And even though it's nice out, we still in winter, things are still dying, right? So, and a lot of people have experienced that. So that's what you're going to be thinking about. Pick something that's like, on a scale to 1 to 10, maybe a 3, not more than a 4, that you would like to release from your body. Okay? So at this time, I would like you to find your sits bones. Those are those bones right at the bottom of your pelvis, and find where they connect to the ground. If you can, feel the soles of your feet on the ground or your ankles. Notice that. Notice your breath as it is, not trying to change anything, just being. Noticing your tongue. I want you to follow your tongue all the way to the back of your throat. Imagining it's connecting to the front of your spine. And I want you to follow the front of your spine down through your organs, caressing past your lungs, your heart, your intestines, all the way down, pulling at your pelvis, your pelvic bowl. Think about it as a bowl of water. See if that water is still or is it moving? Take your attention now to your temples, your cheekbones, down to where your jaw meets your earlobes, spreading across your collarbones to your shoulders, down the back of your arms to your elbows. See if you can find small bowls of water at your elbows. Reminding you to come back to breath here if you haven't already. Taking the attention now to the outsides of your hips, down to your knees, your shins and calves, to your ankles if that's what's touching the floor, or the soles of your feet if that's what's touching the floor. And at this point, imagine that there are roots growing from your ankles or your soles down to the ground, down through to the center of the earth. Anchoring in, pushing past all of that gushy, lush soil, nutrient dense. These roots turn into straws as they suck up all of that energy, all of that ashe, all the way back up to your feet and ankles, shins and calves, knees, thighs, huddling at your hips. The nutrients now come up to your elbows, up the front of your spine, the back of your arms, to your heart, exploding at your collarbones, up your throat, back to your tongue, up to your nasal cavity, stopping at your pituitary gland, your third eye is what people call it, and out the crown of your head. And when you are ready, I would like you to anchor in to one moment of peace, joy, or play. Nice and juicy breath. And now we're just going to take our focus and our attention to 2021. As a whole, anchoring into your feet, feeling your roots into the center of the earth. And take your attention into winter of 2021. Feeling the base of your tailbone anchoring into your seat. And feeling your heart creating a force field around your energetic body. Where do you feel winter of 2021 in your body? Just note it. And see if you can light that up with one color that would represent loss. And when you're done with that, shift your focus back to where you visualize peace, joy, or play. Locate that in your body for me. What color is it? If it could be a flavor of an icy or a cool cup, maybe that's what people call those, right? What flavor is it? Mine is red. Ah, beautiful. All right. Go back to winter of 2021 for me. See if winter of 2021 can live inside of peace, joy, and play. See if peace, joy, and play can now radiate, whatever color that is, and that bubble start to expand and expand until it is surrounding winter of 2021. Nice juicy breath for me, please. Let the color of your peace, joy, or play start to blend in and take over the color of winter of 2021. Can you start seeing that blend? Let that peace, joy, and play color be a little bit more dominant. Inhale your shoulders up to your ears for me, please. And exhale them, rounding them and dropping them down your spine. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down through your roots to the center of the earth. Can we give that color of winter 2021 down through the roots of your feet and ankles to the center of the earth? Just go ahead and give that to the earth. Take 3 breaths doing that. You know, the earth has this amazing superpower of being able to transmute dead things into nutrients for rebirth. It does it every winter into spring. How on time are you right now? Wow. It's a beautiful thing. Can you feel your roots into the ground at the same time as feeling your crown expand toward the heavens? Expand that energy out, down, and upward at the same time for me, as hard as you can. And on your next deep exhale, all of that energy is going to meet at your heart chakra. And when you're ready, open up your eyes and come back into present.
Ooh, child.
Y'all all right?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I don't think all right is the word. I think all right makes it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give it the value that it deserves.
So that is alchemy. You literally just did magic with your body. Congratulations. It may come up again because or other things may come up because now your body trusts you to be a safe space for it. So if it does, just remember this. And if you don't remember it, hit me up and say, I remember that one thing that you did. And I'll definitely help you. I'm going to drop my info here.
Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome to hit me up. Or hit up Fatima.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so this is the end. You have tools. You know love. You know more about love and healing work. More about.
We did that.
Yeah, and so we're gonna close how we close because we ready to eat. And you know how church do
I'm
sometimes.
hungry.
The church we be going overtime, but you know divine time is on time. So we wanna make sure that you follow us at Loving Healing Work.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your friends, tell your people that you may not consider your friends. Tell everybody that
So,
there's
Love and Healing Work is on Twitter, Facebook,
and the Instagram and the YouTube.
And
we got a
wherever
whole
you get your
website.
social media, you can find us. And also, we live at www.loveandhealingwork.com. I know you know because you're here.
So share,
Tell a friend.
give
Tell all your friends.
offerings, give, tell others to give. If you can't give, that's fine. Watch for the release of all the things that are coming.
Sign up for one of our experiences.
That too.
Yeah.
And our
Do
newsletter.
your own Love and Healing Work.
Yeah, and our newsletter so you can learn more about how to sign up for our experiences and you can get on our calendar. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, because we didn't even mention that we do private sessions.
Yeah, we did.
Jeez, Louise. I didn't say that.
You did. You said I can come get you some.
Oh, yeah. I can't get you together all by yourself.
See, All right,
BMO Raw sessions.
You can follow us on the Instagram at where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at bmoraw.com.
That's been scrolling.
Mo Raw. That's B.M.O.R.A.W. It's not more. It's Mo. B Mo Raw. Amen.
And I'm the Divine One, JD, Divine with an E, DEVINE. One spelled out, one is O-N-E. So
O-N-E.
E. And JD, because I have a JD from the Southern University Law Center. So we're going to let the magician, the one that put all this together.
Thank you, Mother.
Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for
I love y'all.
allowing our vision. Like, this was a vision, and you were like, let's go. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna let her take you out because y'all deserve this.
You deserve it.
We deserve this.
Amen.
We deserve this. You deserve this. Loving Healing Work is you. We're Loving Healing Work. We love you.
All the much.
Oh, let me go back so y'all can wave at everybody. Do the wave thing again.
Love you all the much.
Love you all the much.
Drink water and take care of yourselves.
That's it.
Love.
Much love.
Mother's on you.
I got an exclusive.
Don't push me.
Too much and I drink too much. Now I need me some water in my cup. Now I need me some water in my cup. Now I need me some. I bite my nails off. I wanted to hit the stove, but I think the shell's off. Reaching for my lighter, smoke is just a ritual. They call me an addict, but I hate doing things twice in a row. Babe took a deep breath cause she vaped too much. Put me on these camels, baby, what is a crush? Smell like cherry, strawberry, coconuts. Wish I had a cap on my thoughts, I think too much. Things are getting magical. I wanna be in the back seat of the front row, where I'm supposed to be, balancing you and me. Wanna see my family, but I'm dealing with depression. Don't wanna put no clothes on, no makeup or no dresses. They say I'm Mrs. Phases, it's like being naked. Natural, factual, in the forest, harvesting, whipping up biscuits and some businesses. Turkey, bacon, and an omelet. Things are getting magical. I wanna be in the back seat of the front row, where I'm supposed to be, balancing you and me. I've been holding heat cause I'm dealing with speaking these insecurities. You make me think unevenly. Healing white sipping tea in the backseat of an Oldsmobile. Only 2 doors, dark window, tent bumping Snoop Dogg and some Anderson. Miseducated, lawman in, tongue on, no training wheels. Things are getting magical. I wanna be in the backseat of the front row, where I'm supposed to be, balancing you and me. Yeah, I smoke too much and I drank too much. Now I need me some water in my cup. Now I need me some water in my cup. Now I need me some water in my cup. I smoke too much and I drank too much. Now I need me some water in my cup. Now I need me some water in my cup. Water in my cup. Water in my cup. Hey. Hey. Thank y'all for tuning in to Mother's Kitchen. Shouts out to BMO Raw here and my new friend Fatima, man, for coming into Mother's Kitchen, loving on me, burning that incense, bringing that sage, getting that good energy, right? It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. I'm honored to have y'all in here tonight.
Thank you.
And it's my pleasure. We about to go eat good.
Mm-hmm.
So shouts out to everybody that tuned in. And oh, wait a minute. Let me go here. Let me show y'all. I have to put my scroll thing at the bottom. Did I even make one for myself? I didn't. But remember what I said, guys. Mother Color. You see how it's spelled at the bottom? MVTHA CVLA. If you guys follow me, go check out my music. I am a multi-instrumentalist, producer, engineer, all those good things. Filmmaker, all that good stuff. And this is amazing. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. We are out. Peace, love, and light.
Peace.